Hello engineers, welcome back. In this video, we're going to solve a lead code question using bitwise operators. Okay, let's get started. So this is a question we'll solve today. It's an easy one. Sum of values at indices at k set bits. So let's try to understand the question. Let's see an example and see how this is done, and we'll think of an approach and we'll code it. Okay. So you're given a zero indexed integer array nums and an integer k. Return an integer that denotes the sum of elements in nums array whose corresponding indices have exactly k set bits in their binary representation. The set bits in an integer are the ones present when it is written in binary. For example, the binary representation of 21 is 10101, which has 3 set bits. Okay, so let's understand the question in a better way using this example. So we have an array nums which has 5 elements, 5, 10, 1, 5, 2, and we have k equals 1. So the output is 13. So how did they come up with this? So the binary representation of the indices, not the values in the array, but the indices. So there are 5 elements. So there are 5 indices starting with 0 because they said it is a 0 index integer array. So it is like this. 0 is represented as 0, 0, 0, 1 is 0, 0, 1, 2 is 0, 1, 0, 3 is 0, 1, 1, 1, 4 is 1, 0, 0. And indices 1, 2, and 4 have k equal to 1. Indices 1, 2, and 4 have k equal to 1 set bits in the binary form. So there is only 1, 1 in this binary representation for these indexes. For number 3, there are 2 ones, so it is not a valid condition for us. So when we have such indices 1, 2, and 4, we need to add the corresponding number from the main array, nums 1, 2, and 4, and then return the sum. Okay, so this is what we need to return. So let's see how we can approach this. Let's take this array 5, 10, 1, 5, 4. Go to our whiteboard. Nums equal to 5, 10, 1, 5, 2. So we need to break down this problem into multiple things. First thing, we need to see how many indices are there, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need to get the binary representation of these indices. And once we have those, we need to find a way to get the number of count, the count of ones in the binary representation, right? So we need to do all this. Find a way to get number of set bits. Set bits are nothing but number of ones in the binary form. And then once we have this, then what do we need to do? We need to check if the number of set bits, the count, equal to k. K is given here as 1 for this example. And if equal, then you just need to do a sum of nums of I. You need to add it, sum plus equal to nums of I. So we need to add this. So that's what we need to do. So let's see what are our trackers. We just need one tracker, sum. Initially this can be 0, and we will iterate over the array. So we will use a for loop, I less than nums dot size and I plus plus. So now we have I and we have nums. So what do we need to do? We need to find a way to get the number of set bits of index, not the actual number, but the index. So we need to get the number of set bits in I. Okay. So how do we get this? So from the previous video, we learned that we have bitwise operators and or and XOR, things like this, right? So let's say the binary representation of an index, let's take an example of 3. Binary representation of this is 0, 1, 1, right? So how many set bits are there? There are 2 ones in this binary representation. We need to get the answer 2. Okay, so how do we get this? So In order to check if one bit, the last bit, whether it is 1 or 0, we simply need to do an AND with 1. So if we do AND with 1, what is 1? So it is 0, 0, 1. So what will be the result of this? So we are checking at each position, and 1 and 1 will give 1, 1 and 0 will give 0, and this will be 0. So the condition for AND is both of them should be 1, right? So we can use this property to count the number of set bits. So how does this work? So if we have a 1 at the last digit in the binary, this is called the least significant bit. If this bit is 1, then only we get 1. When this is 0, we get 0, because AND operator of 0 and 1 will give us 0. Because this is 1, we got a 1. Okay, so we got the last bit. So how do we check if the previous one is a 1 or 0? So for this, we can still use this property of AND, and we can do an AND with 1, but we need this one to come here. We need this bit to come to the right side so that we can do the same operation and we'll get the result, right? So how do we push this to the right side? We can use the right shift operator. So when we use the right shift operator, we are shifting one bit to the right, and when we are doing AND, so we are essentially getting the count. So let's do this. So let's say we have a count variable which is initially 0, and we have the index I equal to 3, for example. So what do we do? So we want to check if the last bit of 3 is 1 or 0. So for that, we just need to see I and 1. We are doing AND operation with 1. So whatever is the result, we will add it to the count. If the result is 1, we will increment count. If the result is 0, we will not do anything. So we can do count plus equal to I and 1. So this will give us the count of set bit for the last bit. So how do we get the sum count of the remaining bits? We need to right shift this I. So we can do I right shift by 1. Okay. And we can continue this process. We can continue this process like this while I. As long as I exists, because we are continuously right shifting elements. So as we have right shifted this one, then we will right shift this one, and then if there is other element, we will right shift that one. If there is another element, we will right shift that one. So we are kind of iterating through the bits of the number. Okay, so let's code it. So how does this look? So we will need a count variable which is 0, and if we do something like this, while I, we will have count plus equal to I and 1, and we will right shift I right shift by 1. Okay, so there are a couple of problems here. So we are inside a for loop, and we are iterating over the index, and we are right shifting the index itself. So this can cause a problem when we are finishing this pass and going to the next iteration, right? I value has changed. This can cause us some issues. So in order to avoid that, we will copy the value of I in some new variable. Let's say this is temp equal to I, and we will validate on temp. Okay, so we are still looking at the same index, but we are just copying it in a other variable so that our for loop is intact. So while temp count equal to temp and I, and temp greater than temp right shift 1. So because we are right shifting this, we need to save it somewhere. We can replace the original temp with a new temp. So whatever is the result of temp right shift of 1 will get copied to temp, and the while loop will repeat. Okay. Now we have solved the major piece. So the minor piece is just very simple. While after we come out of this inner loop, we will just need to check whether this count is equal to our k, right? If count equal to k, then we simply need to add it to the sum plus equal to, now we need to add the main element of the array. Okay, not the index, we'll add the main element, and that's it. We will return the sum. Okay, so let's do a dry run. So we have these 5 elements. So we have our tracker here. One tracker is sum, which is originally 0, and then we have inner loop, which will carry count, which will also be 0. Okay, and we have I. So let's start with I. I is at 0, and sum is currently 0, and we have copied I into temp. So what is temp now? So let's take temp as well. Temp is carrying 0. In its binary form, it is like this, 0 0 0. And while temp is available, we are running this while loop. So how will the while loop look like? So temp is 0 0 0. We are doing count, which is currently at 0. Count is 0. So we are doing AND operator with 1 and 0 0 1. So this will give us 0 0 0, and we will write shift. Okay, we will write shift. So this will continue because everything is 0 here. This will continue and the count will remain 0, and sum will still remain 0, because we need to check whether count is equal to k. K is 1, so k is 1. So sum is not equal to k, so sum is not incremented. Now I is incremented. Now I is 1 and temp is 1. So binary representation of this is 0 0 1. And when we are doing AND with 0 0 1, we get 1 here. So the count is incremented to 1, and the rest of them are zeros. So the inner while loop will continue until it exhausts all the bits, and that's it. So we have count of 1. So at this point of time, count has become equal to our k. So sum is incremented. So sum will become sum plus nums of I. So what is at index 1? Index 1 we have 10. So we get 10 here. Fine. So I is moving forward. Now temp will become 2. Temp is now 0 1 0. If we are doing an AND operator with 0 0 1, this is still 0. But we are now right shifting, so this will become 0 0 1, and we are doing AND operator with 1, so this will give us 1. So count is incremented, and there are, once we right shift this, there are all zeros everywhere, so the loop will end, and count is 1. So count is again equal to 1 here, so we will add to sum. So sum of nums of 2 is 1. So we will simply add 1 to this. Sum will become 11. Okay, I is moving forward, and temp is having 3 now. Binary representation is 0 1 1. Now this has 2 bits, so the resulting count will become 2. Okay, so since this is not equal to k, our sum will remain the same. So I will move forward. This is 4. Binary representation is 1 0 0. So this has 1 bit, so the count will become 1, and we need to add whatever is at nums of 4 to the sum. Nums of 4 has 2, so we will add 11 plus 2 13, and our loop is finished. So we will return 13. Okay, is that the answer? Output is 13. Correct. So our dry run is working fine. So let's code it. So we need one sum variable with 0, and then we can start our for loop. I less than nums dot size I plus plus. Now because I don't want to change the value of I while performing the bitwise manipulation, I will copy it. So int temp equal to I, and we also need a count variable to count the number of ones in the binary form. Now we can use a while loop, while temp do something like this. What do we need? We need to do an AND operation with 1, temp and I. So this will give us whether the last bit is 1 or 0. So I need to add it to the count. Okay, and I need to do temp equal to temp redshift by 1. We are redshifting by 1. So this will give us the count. Now we just need to check if count equal to k, sum plus equal to nums of I, and that's it. So return sum. Let's run and see. And it is working. Let's submit. And that is done. Okay, so we are done here. So what will be the time and space complexity of this? So the time is obviously n operations here because we are iterating over the array where there are n elements. So this is n, but there is also an inner loop, and this will be a nested loop because we have to check every bit. So depending on the number of bits on that number, this will change. So if the number of bits is say m, so this will become m into n. So the time complexity will be m into n. Space complexity is constant. We are not using any extra space. So that is there. So that way we have used bitwise operators to solve a lead code question. So if you have any doubts, you can definitely ask me. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. Please do leave a like if you found this helpful. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Cheers.